I believe investing in Lego can be a very wise decision, but you need to be knowledgeable about which sets to invest in and which sets to avoid. The best sets go up quickly in value once they retire. The bad sets, they will eventually go up most likely, but they won't go up as quickly, and that's why I'm suggesting you would avoid those. If you are new to Lego investing, what I suggest you do is to focus on sets that intrigue you, the ones that you enjoy to build. Because here's the thing, if for whatever reason your Lego investing does not go the way you intend it to go, and the sets that you choose don't go up in value, well, if you have sets that you enjoy, at the very least, you can still enjoy those sets by building them and having fun with them. I wouldn't focus all of your money into just a handful of sets. I would have a wide variety of sets because sometimes you don't know what may really take off and what may end up bombing. Anybody who's invested in Lego for a long time can easily tell you stories of where they've bought sets that absolutely went nuts after retirement, whereas other sets they may have thought were going to go really well, just really didn't go anywhere. When selecting sets to invest in, there are several things to consider. First of all, think about who's going to be buying these sets post-retirement. It's good to be thinking about this now, so after your set retires, what's the demographic of people going to be interested in this set? You want to find sets that are going to have some long-term staying power. That way people are going to continue to want your sets well after they retire. I would not focus on just the generic play sets. You want to find some specific pieces, especially specific minifigures that aren't available everywhere else, and focus your energies on some of those type sets. As much as I love Star Wars and I love the Star Wars sets, sometimes the Lego engineers tend to just rehash particular Star Wars sets over and over and over again. Think of Millennium Falcon, think of the X-Wing fighters, think of the AT-AT sets, where they have just made a ton of different sets that are all different, but they're all very similar. Those are the ones I really wouldn't invest in. I think the key is to find some unique sets, kind of like the Stranger Things house or the Sesame Street set, something that's unique that's not going to get reissued over and over and over again. It stays retired and Lego is not going to reissue it. Another key is to find a theme where collectors are going to want to continue to buy each subsequent set over and over and over again. That way you have a market for those collectors who want to finish out that entire theme. Specifically, I'm referring to like the architecture sets, where people are going to want to have every architecture set that Lego's made, or the modular city sets, where people love to make like their entire city in their basement, and each subsequent set, they just love to add on to the city that they've got. There's a great chance that these collectors are going to want to go back and collect every set in those themes. So today I'd like to talk about 3 specific themes that I suggest you invest in that I think will do good over the long term. One of my favorite themes is the Speed Champion sets. So why is this a great theme? Well, for one, the Lego engineers make some really cool sets. They're just fun to play with, they're fun to open and build, and also the brands they've selected are iconic brands that people all over the world know and love to play with. These sets appeal to both adults and children. I know when I was growing up, I loved the Porsche 911, and I loved anything that had to do with the Porsche 911. I always dreamed maybe someday I could own a Porsche 911. Well, that hasn't happened to me yet, but I do have Porsche 911 Lego sets, and the Speed Champions is a very cheap way to buy a Porsche 911. And if you look at some of the most recent retired Speed Champion sets, they've already gone up in value quite a bit. Look at the 76895 Ferrari that actually was just retired a few months ago. I bought those for $16 each, and they've already gone way up in value. They're now going for like $40 a pop. Or you could look at this McLaren that I bought about the same time as the Ferrari. I paid $12 each for them because I got them on sale, and now they regularly go for $25 to $30 a piece. Now, as you can see, these sets are less expensive. Yes, I get that. Yes, it's a good beginner theme, and if you're just starting out and investing in Legos, the Speed Champions can be a great one to start with. The sets almost always go up in value post-retirement, so it's not going to break the bank if you decide to buy some of these sets. And the last reason I really like Speed Champions, hey, if bad comes to worse and you can't sell them for whatever reason, these are fun sets to build, or you can give them away as gifts. They're not real expensive, so you didn't have a lot of money outlaid. It's a great gift for a friend or a nephew or a niece or a sibling or anybody that's into Lego. Now, there are some downsides to the Speed Champion sets. I'll give you that. Lego does make a lot of these. In addition, they also kind of rehash the same sets over and over and over again. In the last 8 years, they've put out 7 Ferraris, 6 different Porsche sets, and 5 McLaren sets. So yes, they do make kind of the same ones over and over and over again, but in addition, you'll notice each one of those sets also goes up a good bit post-retirement. So no, you're not going to get rich on the Speed Champion sets, but it could be a series of some small pluses in your column to build momentum to get into some larger themes and some larger sets. I enjoy the Speed Champion sets, but I will say this. I would never buy Speed Champions unless you can get them on sale. I wouldn't buy it for anything less than at least a 20% off discount. Sometimes you can even buy them for 30% or 40% off. Do not buy Speed Champions at retail. Always look for a sale of at least 20% off. That'll give you a big head start on making money investing in the Lego sets. The second theme I'd like to talk about that I think you should consider investing is in the Ideas theme. These are often unique sets that really don't belong in any other theme. And the cool thing is the premise of the Ideas set is where people actually put in their own suggestions to Lego. Lego looks at these suggestions and then could select one to build. So these are actually Lego fans that have put in suggestions over the years. Their team will then select a particular set that someone suggested, engineer it, and then build it and make it commercially available. It's pretty cool. Now, sometimes these sets can be hard to find, and sometimes they go unnoticed by collectors and builders. And because they go unnoticed sometimes, they can advance very quickly post-retirement. So I want to talk about 3 specific sets that were in the Idea themes so you can see the kind of examples I'm referring to. Check out the Old Fishing Store. It came out in 2017 and was retired in 2018. It wasn't out very long. I think a lot of people miss this set. It originally sold for only $149, but now it easily sells for about $400 a set, which is a pretty good investment for a set that just came out in 2017. And then look at Voltron, which came out in 2018 and didn't stay on the shelves too long. It was retired in 2019. Originally it was $179. Now it easily goes for $300 to $350 a set post-retirement. And lastly, look at the Sesame Street set. It literally just retired a few months ago, and already the set has escalated quickly to around $160 per set. This is a set that I really intended to load up on. I only purchased 3 of them. My intent was to purchase quite a few more, but then it retired before I got the chance to buy more. Now, 2 sets in the Ideas theme that I really think you should consider buying right now are both the Winnie the Pooh set and the Medieval Blacksmith. Both of those sets are available now. I think there's a great opportunity for both these sets to escalate quickly after retirement. Now, the third Lego theme I'm going to talk about today is one of the ones that is my favorite, and that is the architecture sets. Now, some people think the architecture sets are boring, and I get it. They're not as much fun to play with, but there are some real upsides to the architecture sets. For one, almost every architecture set that once it retires, it almost always goes up in value. And some of them have gone up substantially in value. In fact, just look at 2 recent sets that just retired, San Francisco and Dubai. Both of those sets have already escalated over 20%. And in addition to that, you could easily find these sets on sale before retirement, which would save you at least 10 to 20%. So if you bought it at 20% off and it's gone up 20%, that's a 40% swing that you'd already have in your corner only a few months after retirement. In fact, actually, one of my concerns about the architecture sets is it seems like you hit a home run almost every time, that at some point, collectors may notice this and start really loading up on architecture sets, anticipating this huge upswing post-retirement. So, I can't guarantee that architecture sets in the future are going to do what they've done in the past, but I can tell you this, if you look at almost every architecture set that is already retired, it has almost always gone up and gone up substantially within a few years. Now, the one I think I probably would avoid in the architecture set is the New York City one. That one's been out since 2016, and I believe they just keep selling it so well. I just don't know when they're going to retire it, and there's just a lot of sets out there. Who knows? That's probably the one set that I wouldn't buy in architecture, including the little Singapore set that's out right now and the Great Pyramid. I love both those sets, and I do think those will both do well. Lastly, most people who are buying the architecture sets are adults. We all know a lot of the adults have more money to play with, so if they want to collect all the architecture sets, they can do so, which really widens your net for a future collector who may buy them from you post-retirement, like London, Paris, and Dubai. I just think that architecture theme is really one of the best themes that you can invest in. I'm going to do another video pretty soon talking about the worst themes to invest in and why I think they are the worst themes. So I'll be posting that video pretty soon, and hopefully you can come back and check that one out. Thanks again for watching.